Hello StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with a bonus edition of Midrank Madness. This is a game between Grimley and Barcode on Dusk Towers. In the bottom side of the map we have the red Protoss player, it is Barcode. And in the top side of the map we have the blue Zerg player, it is Grimley. Representing Guns and Roaches? Is that what that says? Guns and Roaches, which is a play on the Guns N' Roses band, which is actually older than me. And older than I think most of the people who watch this particular channel, but they're still touring, they're coming to my hometown soon, and the old people in my area are super excited. That's all I can tell you. Alright, so a ZVP here, again it's another Midrank Madness. It's a surprise bonus edition of Midrank Madness because we've been getting so many good submissions. I just feel like we need to give attention to our Midrank Madness community for the hard work that they do in playing gold, platinum, and diamond level games. So that's what this is. Midrank Madness is a weekly edition, if you haven't seen this before, where I highlight gold, plat, and diamond games. It's kind of an area of StarCraft 2 that gets ignored. A lot of GM play gets highlighted, a lot of bronze stuff gets highlighted by different casters, but this middle of the pack stuff, I just feel like if you're there, you feel neglected. So that's what this is all about, to give the love to the people who love me, because a lot of you guys are in Midrank Madness level who subscribe to my channel, and I really appreciate it. And this is my way of giving back to you. So, standard opening coming up from Grimley, hatchery into an extractor into a spawning pool after that hatchery that I already said. Probe heading up to scout. I love this scout from Barcode. I really do. Meanwhile, it is a 1-gate expand with an assimilator from Barcode going into the cybernetics core. An excellent, excellent build. These players know what they're doing. APM for the Zerg player over 200 on the game. Barcode not as high, but actually higher currently. So, I mean, that current APM kind of jumps. Looks like they're both capable of getting around to 200 depending on what's going on. In the early game, if you don't feel like spamming, it's actually kind of hard to get a high APM for your average number. So that's why Barcode's not necessarily there. But Probe running around, just trying to see what's going on, making sure that did not get canceled, making sure this isn't a one-base all-in play with Lings. However, Barcode has actually structured his buildings in a way that Mothership Core with Photon Overcharge can hold off a lot of stuff that Grimley would be able to do. Patrolling back and forth with this probe. What can kill it? Answer, 4 Lings. Do they know the probe is there? Is Grimley even trying to take a third hatch right now? It doesn't look like he is. It appears his attention is elsewhere. So, heading on south are these 4 Lings, trying to see what they can kill. In the production tab is an Adept. Adept opening still pretty good despite the fact that they were nerfed. Mostly nerfed in relation to Terran, however. Still very good against Zerg, and as good as they've always been, actually. Mothership Core here, throwing up a gateway. Can these Lings do much? Not with the Mothership Core out. Good positioning here, dealing with any Lings that try to run up, and the Adept holding line here too. Is this a full wall? Oh, it is. Look at this positioning by Barcode. Amazing stuff. The Lings have no chance at all. Goodbye, Lings. They do survive with 3 of their number, one of them very injured indeed, but they return to tell the tale of the amazing wall off here by Barcode. Nicely done, my good friend. Trying to take his third now is Grimley. He wishes he had those Lings back at home, but he doesn't. Now the drone has to deal with this, and Grimley's money is starting to skyrocket, and finally he just throws down his hatchery out here. Oh, that's a frustration move if I've ever seen one. I mean, there are 10 Lings in production now, but they're a little bit late. These guys are coming home, but they're slow Lings. They don't have speed quite yet, so it's going to be all before they get there. This pylon is allowed to finish by Barcode. Job well done, Mr. Probe. That's exactly what you needed to do. Grimley, you can't just cancel this and replant it. I know. It's going to slow down your third hatch, but you know what? It's so much better than having an inefficient third hatch for so much of the game. Grimley. Alright, not going to happen. Grimley's not going to do it. Meanwhile, back in Protoss land, Stargate on the way with an Oracle and a robotics facility mixed in here too. Again, the fact that he is on 3 assimilators allows Barcode to do this. Not actually using this one quite yet. It's just finished. Barcode, get in there. Get that gas, the Vespene gas, there it is. You want it so bad, you know you do. And yeah, Grimley's going to run with this out of position hatchery for the rest of the game, it would seem. Alright, so the Lings are out there looking for blood. They could actually probably force a cancel on that Nexus here. There's not really much to prevent that from happening. There are a couple Adepts. There is an Oracle, but the Oracle's heading out this way, scouted by the Overlord. If Grimley saw that, he should be ready for it. A Spore Crawler would be nice, another couple of Queens would be nice, and Hydralisk Den's on the way, but that's too late. That is too late. Alright. So again, as I always say, 1 Spore Crawler and 1 Queen is enough to hold off this Oracle. If you can do that, you'll be in a good spot. If you can't, you're going to lose a lot of workers. So here comes the Oracle sneaking right on in. Again, it's late. I think Grimley is in a false sense of security, and goodbye workers. If he focuses down drones, he's going to get a few kills here. And he does, already up to 4. Can he get enough? And 6, like I said, easily. Oh, the Oracle does end up dying, though. Bit of bad luck. 2 queens showed up. The Oracle did get 6 kills, though. As I said, you're going to lose drones. You just are. 6 drones in total have been lost right now. Income tab is 43 to 37. Protoss players up. This base, if that finishes, it's a little bit of a big problem for Grimley. These Lings, get in there. At least scout. See what you're dealing with. Double photon overcharge is a scary proposition. I will give you that. But the Lings hanging out here aren't accomplishing anything. Scout with them. Get in there. Try to see what damage you can get done on anything. Because right now, I'm pretty sure he's blind. Yeah, he is. He doesn't know. He doesn't know about that 3rd Nexus. If he did, I think it might be a different story. Send 1 Ling up, at least to scout things out. There are some Phoenix here patrolling back and forth. They do find this Overlord, but they don't want to kill it, which seems like a problem. Observer heading out for Barcode too. Barcode doing this pretty well, in my estimation. So now there are Spore Crawlers up in every single mineral line. Yes, a little bit late, but I guess there are Phoenix out, so having them will be useful throughout. 3 Phoenix here. Any more in production? Yes, 1 more Phoenix in production here for Barcode. Overlord does end up falling and saturating this 3rd base. 52 to 47 workers is Barcode. Warping in some Adepts as well. Compositionally, what are we looking at here for both these players? Grimley doesn't have much. He has these Lings on the ground. 13 Lings, 4 Queens, and that's it. So now the Lings come in, but now we're a little bit late. There are some Adepts here. Photon Overcharges here. Mothership Core is here. The Lings trying to get into the main base. That's fully walled off by Adepts. Good luck with that one. Yep, goodbye, Lings. At least they didn't sacrifice all of their own lives for absolutely nothing, so that is actually a point for Grimley. And the Phoenix trying to sneak on in. Do what they can. Lair here for the Zerg player. +1 ground carapace, +1 missile attack as well. A Queen extends a little bit too far outside and gets destroyed by the Phoenix. Those drones are trying to transfer, caught in no man's land. No protection here for you drones. Goodbye, friends. Phoenix doing a great job and picking up the Hydras. If he can actually get these Hydras. No, a whole group of Hydras shows up from the right side and actually takes down a Phoenix. 2 Phoenix die. Did that Queen take it out? I think the Queen took it out. Predator. 1 kill Phoenix there. Nicely done. So Hydras mixed into here for Grimley. And what Barcode is doing is not that great against Hydras. Immortal, Phoenix, Zealot, based on the fact that he's getting Zealot Charge, is not that fantastic of a choice for our Protoss player. Colossus might be better. Disruptors might be better. Actually, why have we seen so many people go away from Disruptor in ZVP? I don't quite understand it. I mean, I guess it's not great against Ultras. It's not great against flying units like Mutas. But, I mean, to this point where you saw the Hydras, might as well start taking into Disruptors, right, Barcode? I don't know. I do not know. Forges coming up to 3 forges for 3 separate upgrades at a time from Barcode. He has some big plans for his upgrades in this game. Observer in a great position to scout things. What comes down this ramp? What bases are taken? He's known about this for a while. 4 bases up here for Grimley versus 3 bases for the Protoss, and Protoss going for a 4th base of his own. 64 to 54 workers. He has been absolutely ahead of the Zerg player for most of the game here in worker count. Lurker Den on the way for the Zerg. Templar Archives coming up for Barcode. Possibly for Storm. More likely for Archons. I think those have been more popular in PBZ lately in Legacy of the Void. Again, that extra damage versus biological that they do is just so hard to pass up. It really is. Phoenix, you're going to get in there. I clicked follow on you guys. I did. Okay, just waiting for a friend. So we're going to try to sneak on up, and there is a Spore Crawler in every mineral line, right? We've mentioned that. There's actually 2 here. Wow. So they do get an Overlord, take a lot of damage from Spores for that exchange, though, and Grimley actually does get supply blocked there by the Phoenix. I'm not sure if Barcode knows that. In fact, I'm pretty sure he doesn't. Oh, outside of the defense of the Spore Crawlers, the Queen does end up falling. Boom, and they get out of there before the Hydras show up. 1 Phoenix is traded in exchange, but all they're really doing is keeping Grimley inside his base while this 4th base is being produced. Excellent, excellent play, again, from our Diamond level Protoss player today. Queen here really should be injecting, a little bit behind on that count, that one as well, and this Queen is dead, so I will forgive her for not having injected there too. Worker count continues to show a lot for Barcode. More and more gateways being added on. I'm just seeing Zealot, Immortal, Adept, which, interesting composition. I don't know what's with all the Zealot play lately in PvZ that we've seen. I just feel like they melt too easily to a lot of what Zerg can do. They melt to Lurkers, they melt to Hydras, they melt to Roaches, they melt to Ultras, and, I mean, I guess they do well against Lings if they have good upgrades, but That's not exactly what Grimley is going for here today. +2 ground carapace on the way, +2 missile attack. And yeah, all the upgrades here. We have shield, we have attack, we have armor for the ground units. For Barcode, storms on the way, and resonating glaives, increasing the attack speed of adepts by 45%. Creep spread looking a-okay here for Grimley here at the 10-minute mark. And just macroing up, this observer sees exactly what is happening, which is why I'm so surprised we're seeing zealots. I mean, any Protoss player at this level of the game has had zealots annihilated by Roach Hydra, right? I mean, I've seen it. I'm sure people have seen it on ladder too. Double Spore Crawler here. Grimley really worried about those Phoenix that are flying around. And hey, you know what? More power to you, honestly. If you have to have that many spores to survive, do it. Do it and live. All right, here we go. Pretty good spread from Grimley. Again, the upgrades on these guys, +2/+2. Lurker does end up falling to the charge zealots, though. Early opening salvo does go to the Protoss player. Did he kill his own observer there by accident? No, nothing here can shoot up. What did he kill there? Hold on. Quick backup. All right, so it comes up here. Blah, blah, blah. There is something. Gets rid of that creep tumor. Oh, a Ling. Okay, so it's just a Ling that tried to run on by and hope nobody noticed him. But no, they absolutely did. Observer here too. Where are your overseers? There could be DTs mixed in here, Grimley. You don't know. You don't know. All right, more Lurkers getting morphed in here too. And Lurkers are really good against this composition. Again, the Immortals, if they can get in there and actually start getting hits off on the Lurkers, are very good because they do extra damage versus armored units, as we can see here. 55 versus armored. Lurkers are armored biological units. Coming in again, trying to get rid of this creep spread. Barcode can't let this go on forever, right? He needs to kill the creep. He doesn't have an overseer, though, or an observer, rather, which makes it hard. He does kill the queens. Oh, observer's up here, up to the north, but wow, so many spines. Don't attack into this. Barcode, why? Storms on top of everything, but walking through here just seems like a terrible idea. The Lurkers are starting to get killed, though. Again, the Immortals living up to their name, but a lot of Roaches and Hydras coming in to support, getting a full surround. Every single Immortal ends up falling there from Grimley. Wow, nicely done. All the Lurkers died. I guess maybe there are 3 still here, but sneaking on in here at the 12-minute mark. Going to try to end this thing. Roaches and Hydras, the Zealots doing what they can, taking a few Roaches with them, but mostly just evaporating, trying to lift and kill, but the Hydras are too many. Too many. Phoenix are dying, and that's it. A GG from Barcode. Yeah, we're going to see yes, Barcode is defeated. Grimley's victorious, and Barcode has left the game. No good manner. GG back from Grimley. There was time to do it. I guess he was too focused on killing this Nexus, which I can't necessarily blame him for. So again, at this level of the game at Diamond, both players' macros usually going to be pretty good. I mean, right there, Barcode had as big an army resource-wise as Grimley did. It's just he had Zealots, which were not great. I mean, so many Zealots, which aren't great against Lurkers, Hydras, or Roaches. They got immediately evaporated. Storms are okay, but Storms against Lurkers, not enough DPS to actually take them down either. The Immortals are a great choice, but by the time the Immortals got in there, everything else was gone, and Immortals are very good, but when outnumbered by Roaches and Hydras, they get cleaned up very quickly too. So that's it. I mean, scout what your opponent has, and that's what kills me about Barcode here, is he did have it scouted out. He saw what was in the composition. He just kind of chose poorly. So well played by Grimley. Nice macro on display there. Some pretty good choices with the Lurkers, with the Roaches, with the Hydras. I loved the upgrades that he had, and he took the win. So that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another bonus edition of Mid-Rank Madness. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.